Mr. Morris, you are not the father.
Look how sweet the little girl is. Can you imagine? 4-year-old,
well, you
are
were
not
correct
the father.
there. You are not Paris's biological father.
Imagine that.
Miss Thorpe, you don't look surprised. Miss Thorpe, somewhere inside of you, you knew this was a very real possibility. I can see your reaction. Who is their father?
The other guy I was talking to.
Oh my God!
That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Now, my thing is, hooligans will be hooligans. And as somebody had said, let me see if I can go back up to, as Tim had said, that creature on the right talking about the lady looks like the devil, but these brothers want to associate themselves with that and get upset of the results. Pardon me. I don't feel sorry for them. And which I do agree to some extent, Tim. I do agree. But my thing is, where are the consequences? The government steps in when it's time to collect child support. The government steps in when it's time to provide food stamps and government assistance and housing, Section 8 housing to these women who just be having kids with random men who aren't reliable. Why the government don't step in when these women are telling lies? It's fraud. Paternity fraud. Isn't that supposed to be illegal? Why everybody's just so silent now? And we come up with every kind of excuse. We come up with every kind of deflection, every kind of excuse that don't even be making no sense. As I said the other day, if these broads wanted to deflect, at least deflect and make it make sense. The least you can do is deflect with common sense. I had made a post the other day. Let me put it up for y'all. Give me 1 minute. Because this paternity fraud is so bad in Jamaica, y'all. We have a whole entire term for it. We come up with a new name for it. And shout out to TLA. I remember on one of his streams, he was like, it's bad. The situation is so common in the country when they have a whole name for it. It is so bad in Jamaica. We have a whole name for it. It's called jacket. The term used to describe a man told he is the father of a child by the mother when he's actually not, aka paternity fraud. Apparently, 75% of men who are tested in Jamaica, the test came back to be he is not the father. So of 100% of people who are tested, 75% came back they're not the father. Gary said they say up to 40% of men paying child support aren't the father of their children. Can you imagine that? Up to 40% of men are victim of fraud. And where is the government to step in with the consequences? So after showing this, that, I'm sorry, I took it off too soon. After showing the definition of a jacket, right? It is as crystal clear. The term used to describe a man told he is the father of the children by the mother when he's actually not. A short bus Cynthia is going to hop into the comment section, y'all. A short bus Cynthia says, is it paternity fraud or men running from their responsibilities in the consequences of laying down with a woman unprotected? Because in today's age, with technology, how can a woman do that? These short bus Cynthia, these slow women who love to deflect and move the goalposts, with a definition as clear as day about paternity fraud, is going to come in and say it's because men are running from their responsibilities. Now you have a woman who is going to look at a man and say, this child is yours. You're supposed to care for the child, love the child, gain an emotional attachment to the child. And this man is so excited about his seed that he brought in this world, only to find out that this child is not his. And in trying to spread attention to it, in trying to bring awareness to it, pardon me, in trying to bring awareness to these frauds that's been going on, 75% in Jamaica, 40% of men on child support, according to Gary. I don't know how accurate that stat is. This short bus female is going to come in and try to deflect and say it's because the men are trying to run from their responsibilities.
Come on, man. You don't know better than that as a crew person. Come on, man.
There are men around who aren't responsible dads. There are men who have kids that they're not taking care of. Yes, we can discuss those kind of men. Also, we're going to discuss the women who are lying to these men, telling them that the child is theirs when it's not. Telling them that these children they need to pay child support for is theirs. Bringing these men to court for child support when they know the child is not theirs. Can we talk about that too? That's how evil women are. Even if these women aren't participating in paternity fraud themselves, they will still hear about paternity fraud and try to deflect. That is how evil Western women are. If this is not evilness, what is it?
Man, this is some bullshit.
We're having this conversation because we're too silent about it. You allow these broads to talk on and on and on about how men cheat, about their masculine because it's Dwight's fault, and blame black men. It's always Jermaine's fault for everything. All their life they have to fight.
All my life I had to fight.
Let them tell it. Men are the worst of the worst. But when we look at the statistic when it comes to paternity fraud, they're silent about that. They don't want to acknowledge that if men cheat and men are dogs and men don't take care of their kids, can we talk about how women be giving men kids that's not theirs? Can we also talk about how women be raffling the belly? They don't know who their baby daddy is. They be giving their kids the wrong father, wrong information, having their kids grow up all their life thinking that their father and their family is theirs, only to find out, nah, mama was a 304, so she just picked the best man to put the baby on, but we can't talk about that. Why are we so silent about that? Here's the definition of fraud, y'all. It's a wrongful or criminal deception intended to result in financial or personal gain. Wrongful or criminal. What are the consequences for paternity fraud? Why are we so silent when we talk about paternity fraud? Why do we try to deflect when we talk about paternity fraud? There are consequences for any other kind of fraud, but when it comes to paternity fraud, everybody turns a blind eye. Nobody want to address paternity fraud. I know some of y'all gonna come in here and say not all. So if you don't fall under the evilness of paternity fraud, why are you trying to deflect? If we're having a conversation to highlight how toxic paternity fraud is, and you don't participate in it, why are you trying to deflect?